There we go. Welcome, everyone, to another live. It's Monday, June 30th, and good to have all of you here. Let's see where we have people calling in from. Uh, and Texas, Sophia, and Colorado, Hawaii showing up. And I know there's more of you here, but that's okay. We'd love to hear where you're calling in from. Today, I was inspired by a question that a client asked me, and I thought I would share it with all of you because I think that many of you would find this interesting and fascinating. It's summertime, right? It's summertime, and a lot of people, a lot of skin showing this time of year, right? and so a lot of people have been using these diet shots. Seems so easy. Get a shot, lose some weight, you're good to go. Is it really that simple? And so after the pandemic, I don't know about you, but I would absolutely be mortified to have anything injected in me now, knowing that the kinds of things that they can sneak into those shots without your permission, without you knowing, and they have all kinds of other agendas. So while I'm not a doctor by any means, I'm not going to give you any medical advice about shots and about losing weight, but I am going to give my energetic perspective on this hot topic. So first of all, and also we're going to be entertaining some questions tonight. So if you can think of some things that you're curious about that I can help you find out, that would be great. And also, I think it's been a long time. There's might be some new people here that are new to me that don't know me from Adam. So I'll just give a really brief introduction that I have been in the healing arts for more than 40 years. I think it's close to 45 now. And I have started off as a massage therapist. So my hands got very smart. And over time, my abilities, my gifts have grown and morphed over the years. I was born and raised in a religious cult where this kind of stuff is completely off limits. And I know that sometimes a lot of religious people are offended or, think that energy work and the like is forbidden or that it's demonic or something along those lines. But I have to tell you that I was born in a religious cult, so we were also raised with those kinds of beliefs. And one of the first stops I made after leaving my religious cult, which was Jehovah's Witnesses, I went to Psychic Institute because I was curious. Did the demons really live there? Was that really true? Like after I left this cult, I started testing many of the things that I was taught to believe. Is it true or is it not true? So I wanted to see if that's actually where the demons lived at the Psychic Institute. And I found the complete opposite was true. It was a fascinating world of energy, all about energy, our energy anatomy. We have an invisible energy anatomy that tells us about our body long before we'll even have any symptoms. So I was very much hooked by all of this energy exploration. And I went to that psychic school every week for 12 years. And if you do anything for 12 years, you're going to get pretty good at it. And so people would come into the clinic and they would get readings. And really, one of the most important things that I learned about readings, and for those of you who are here who are healers, this is really an important thing that you need to know and learn, which is that each person that comes to you, that they are your mirror. They are reflecting back to you all places in you that want healing, want a little more light, a little more attention, a little more reflection. And that's really the best way to use all of your clients that come to you. I don't mean use, but I mean they become a tool in that sense, to sharpen your sword. And so this is what I did every week for 12 years. So I got pretty good at being able to trust what I knew, what I saw, what I felt. And so that was the beginning of my exploration into the healing arts. There was a whole journey with plant medicine. If you've read my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, you'll be able to find the story about my plant medicine journey in there. But I just thought I would share that with you because some of you are new here. You don't know who I am. And so I have a great deal of experience with energy, with our energy anatomy. And in this book, I've outlined a whole system that was been given to me, and I call it the infinity system. So it's a way of being able to measure and calibrate, just like Dr. David Hawkins did with his scale of human consciousness. His scale only went to 1,000. But in 2012, I broke through his scale after 25 ayahuasca journeys. And so now the new scale breaks through to infinity after getting to 250,000. So Dr. Hawkins really laid an important foundation for the work that we're doing. And so it's not uncommon for us to stand on the shoulders of those who have come before us and keep building scaffolding from there. So that's what this infinity system is all about. It's building on some of Dr. Hawkins' work. It's also building on the school that I went to. And so it's a really powerful system. As a matter of fact, I don't know, maybe it's too soon, but my goal, I'll just say my goal, is to start the Vibrant Longevity Academy, where I will be certifying infinity system practitioners in this system, because it's a very powerful system and it can be used for all kinds of things. And so that's one of the things that we're going to be using this system for tonight, is to measure and calibrate and give you some parameters about these diet shots. And so one of the most common ones is Ozempic. Now, if you were to just calibrate that in and of itself, has a very low frequency at 250. That's like at the bottom of my scale. 250 is low. Anything that's 250, personally, avoid like the plague. Don't even go near. But on top of that, besides the fact that it's just a low frequency, it also does a lot of energetic things to you that you might be surprised about. So, number one, I would say that, and this is for those of you who have also, um, are against pharmaceuticals, are against the whole, years of the jab and all of that went on, that the whole pandemic that happened. And so, this, in my opinion, is another way for them to infiltrate into your energy field with their programs and their spells and their curses and their control mechanisms. So, let me tell you what some of those are. So, one is it reinforces some beliefs that, like, people who take these shots, they take it because they feel powerless over their body. They have tried everything to lose weight. They've tried the exercises, they've tried the diets, they've tried, all the things, starving themselves, they've just have felt powerless over their body. And so these shots, in my opinion, this is my energetic assessment, they reinforce these beliefs that you are powerless over your body. So one of the things that it does is it attaches uh, 50 cords. So these are those AI cords, ancient interference. These are the dark energies on the planet, the same ones that brought you the pandemic. These cords will attach to your root chakra. And some of this I'm going to read in present time because I only have a few notes, but I want to check some other things as I'm telling you this. So when they attach these 50 cords at your root chakra, so the root chakra is all about feeling safe, feeling grounded, feeling safe in your body. The root chakra connects to that first layer that's closest to your skin. So that's going to affect how safe your body feels. And so one of the things that it puts in here is a lot of fear. So fear of failure. So a lot of times people who are taking these shots already feel like a failure because they can't conquer their body, right? They can't seem to let go of those last few pounds or those whatever, you know. Um, and so these cords are going to reinforce this fear of not being able to, uh, it's a fear of failure. So that's one of the things that these cords are going to do. And so the fact that it's attaching to your root chakra is not going to allow you to feel safe in your body, to feel confident. In fact, a lot of times people who are overweight, they don't feel confident in their body. So this is reinforcing a lot of the feelings that people who use these shots are already feeling. Another thing is that it does is it's implants curses. 100 at the sixth chakra. So the sixth chakra is how you see the world. So if you're now seeing the world through these curses, which are full of fury, is one. Not so much fear, but fury. So maybe feeling furious that you can't conquer your body, right? You can't get a handle on things. And so when you start seeing the world through this angry filter, one, you've also become a fuel source for the dark side. What do they feed on? Anger, rage, fury, fear. And so if when they can find ways to program you to be more angry, why they've just created a feast for themselves. So that's another thing that it does. Yes, and then yeah. So these shots are not curing anything, correct? I don't know exactly how they work, but um, I would assume that they are somehow amplifying your metabolism so you burn more fat, maybe also diminishing your appetite so you don't feel hungry. Those are usually the ways that these diet things work. So that is, it's not all what it is cracked up to be. So if some of you are on this, and thank you for joining us, Gwen. She was the one who helped. She's originally asked that question and was curious about it. So maybe some of you have tried these injections yourself. I'm curious what your experience has been. I know someone else mentioned on the post that I was going to go live that she had tried it and felt absolutely horrible from the moment she took it. And finally said, there's no way I can continue this. And as far as I remember, that she's still not feeling like she's recovered from this thing. So the thing is with these shots is you're actually going to end up feeling worse than you did before, because now you've injected or attached or allowed to have all these foreign energies into your energy field that are not rooting for your highest and best interest. So I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are about this. Yeah, it is no bueno. Yes, we probably all know a few people that are using these. When I stopped anxiety medication, this is Brooke. When I stopped anxiety medication and birth control years ago, I noticed I had better control of my body. Yeah. So a lot of these medications are not, uh, they're designed to keep a lot of these programs in place. So I'll tell you one of the things that I use as I've stopped telling people what my age is. I think if you Google it, you'd probably be able to find out. But I'm telling people age, it is on the internet. So I used to say so. Um, Telling people my age because it puts you in a box. People put you in a box. And so I've just stopped doing it. And so whatever people think I am, I say, great. Yeah, I'm not attached to any of that. Um, However, so I want to share with you that I use because one, I had a blood test that discovered that I my body metabolizes caffeine really well. And so I've not really been much of a coffee drinker. I like it now and then, but I notice if I drink it too many days in a row, if I stop drinking it, I'll get that little headache thing, like, oh, I'm now addicted to caffeine, to coffee. So one of the things that I use is this is a supplement called guarana. It's a natural supplement. It's an herb. It's got caffeine in it. And so I'll take one of these pills and I actually break it in half because they're pretty strong. And I take one in the morning because it gets me started. and so I think it's a much safer way. Now, calibrate for if this is something that you could or should take. Now, this particular brand vibrates, what is this? Source Naturals. It vibrates at infinity for me. And so it might be backwards on the screen, but anyway, that's what I use. It vibrates at infinity for me. It's a good product and I get results from it. So, you always pay attention and listen to your body, however, because it can be real easy to overdo this stuff. You have deadlines, people just start hammering the coffee because they don't have the energy. They've got deadlines, they've got pressure, they've got things they've got to do. And then it could be real easy to just keep pounding these pills. Well, that's not really listening to your body. That's not taking care of your body. So the key is being balanced about these things. Listen, like sometimes I need to take a nap. Sometimes I need to take a nap because especially, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but over the last week or so, the energies were so powerful from the summer solstice, all the light codes coming in. It was intense. I needed to take a nap. There was a few days I needed to take a nap. And so there's nothing wrong with taking a nap, letting your body replenish and refresh. Usually, I've noticed that you have to also pay attention to how you take naps too. If you start sleeping too long during the day, then that's going to disrupt your sleep. But if you sleep for maybe 20 minutes, maybe your body needs a whole hour. As soon as you wake up, get up. Otherwise, it can kind of throw things off. So, and here's a comment. This is about I guess one of these diet shots. So Brooke says, I believe my sister-in-law took it and ended up having her gallbladder removed. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Now I ran out of time to do more research before this call. However, as I recall, some of the side effects were increased proneness to cancers. So, do your research, people. And personally, I would never even go near this stuff. I think it's much better if you need more energy, which is really the bottom line with losing weight. is turning up your metabolism. And so these guarana pills is sort of one of my secrets that I use. And I also try to work out every day for about 20 minutes. And it could be as long as maybe 45 if I have extra energy. But I don't go longer than that. Otherwise, I don't look forward to working out the next day. So this is a really big balance on how to keep weight down. And of course, eating healthy foods, easy on the carbs. I eat very few carbs. And so, yeah, there's lots of ways that you can help your body out. Here's Shelley. What do you get about the weight loss drug phentermine? Well, I don't know about this drug. Let me read the whole thing. It's a different class of drug than Ozempic. My doctor recommended it, but the side effect can be increased heart rate. Yeah, because it's increasing your metabolism. It's increasing. It's like a stimulant, right? It vibes for you, Shelley, at 500. So you would like it. 500 is, I like it, but um, let me see if it has these other things in it. It does have curses, has more curses, than Ozempic. It has 500 that will settle at the root chakra and create fear. So, especially with that increased heart thing, then you could be prone to worrying about your heart. Am I having a heart attack? And then they could prescribe more things to alleviate your anxiety or then the whole thing starts happening. Let's see if there's cords attached to this phentermine. Spell cursive. About 50 that attached to the crown. So what was the other one that had 50 cords at the root? So yeah, they operate differently, all right, but it's still not very good. Yeah, try guarana instead. It's natural, it's safe. I mean, don't overdo it. It'll probably increase your heart too. Start with half of one. I only take half of one. If I take a full one, I'm like a little too amped up. So, but it's a good way to get a good workout for me. And that's what I like doing. All right. Well, that was my spiel for today. What questions do you guys have? How can I be of service to all of you today? It's a beautiful summer day. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but here in Southern California, the chemtrails have disappeared. I don't think I've seen one in more than a week now. What good news do you guys have? Any good news in your neck of the woods? Or any particular questions? Mm-hmm. So in the meantime, while you're thinking of your questions, let me tell you a few things that are coming up. So once a month, we do our luminary activation on the first Thursday of every month. And this Thursday is our luminary activation. And it's all about power. We've been, that's not what I wanted. Hang on a second. We've been gradually stepping into more and more of our power, especially after my coming back from Bali and those activations at the Basaki Temple and Angkor Thom. And so this to me felt like a next evolution of stepping into our power. So on Thursday, we are going to be the theme for this next month is called Power Presence. We're going to be embodying the energetic stature of our truth, which means how do we embody our energy, our frequency, so that we are fully present without all the ego masks and really embodying as much of our power as possible, our feminine power and our masculine power, balanced power. Usually when you think of power, you think of all that, strong masculine energy. But how do you balance those two energies so that we're fully in our powerful, confident presence? So that's what this monthly luminary activation is going to be about on this Thursday. And then it's also for those who choose to join us for the 12-day, which we do every other month. We do the 12-day practice of running your energy every other month. And we do it for 12 days. Take the weekends off. And so this luminary activation, for those of you who wanted to practice this process of running your energy, the luminary activation is going to kickstart us. That's the first day of this 12-day program. And then the following Monday, we start practicing every day for 20 minutes. If you're a foundational person, you're only going to join us in the morning. That means new to this. If you're advanced, that means you've done it before, you've worked with me, and so you know the process and you're ready for some next levels. So we meet also at night for 20 minutes, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Pacific time. And so we do that every day, going deeper and deeper and deeper into all the places that really want to be more in their powerful presence. And so that's what we're going to be doing. Finding and discovering all the things that are in the way, whether it's people, whether it's old programs, whether it's this ancient interference, whether it's control beings. It could be some stuff from our family tree. There's all kinds of things. And I'm really paying attention to what's going on in the group. So that's why every 12 day is different. We've got different people. We have a different theme. And so if you'd like to join us for that, I'm just going to put up my my website. I think that is the easiest. Here we go. Because it's all there. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, there. So that's my website. And so if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the luminary activation tab on one side and the 12 days on the other side. So if you want to join us for the 12 days, know that the luminary activation is included. But if you just want a taste of what I do, you've never experienced it, you've never, you don't really have a clue what it means to get your energy field clear and your energy running, getting really grounded and back in your body, then just join us for one time. And so those links will be on my website. All right, let's see what questions do you have. What do you recommend to reduce EMFs? Well, there's a couple things. Let me show you. Hang on. So I don't have the link to this, but this is one thing. It's a argon generator. I think that's what it is. It's kind of like an acrylic substance, but it's got I think black tourmaline in it, and there's a coil. I don't know if you can see that. There's a coil at the inside, and then there's also that symbol. So anyway, high vibe. And so I will often use these at my computer to kind of help ground the EMFs on my computer. I don't have the other thing that goes on my phone. It's in my car right now, but because my thing fell off and it was on there. But there's another thing that I use that I put on my phone. Don't have the link for that, but I'll put that in. That's a good note. I'll put that in my next newsletter, because every week I am EMFs. I am featuring something that vibes at infinity. So we've done linen sheets, we've done Shilajit, we have done uh well, the next one's coming out tomorrow. I'll put these in there. I'll put the EMS in there. So if you're not on my newsletter, go to my website and sign up for the free 20-minute meditation. That'll get you on the list. And then you can get updated with my weekly inspiration, which will have every week something that vibes at infinity. So there is that. Thank you for asking, Michelle. Would love to hear your energetic updates. Any energetic updates you have to share. Well, I know that a lot of people have been concerned about World War III. I have not been paying any attention to any of that. Why? Because I know it's all optics. It's all meant to keep you distracted. If you know anything about how the universe works, how our universe works, a nuclear war will never be allowed. It goes against too many universal laws. It would affect the entire universe. So there are too many forces that are actually protecting the earth that would never allow that to happen. And I think the other reason I feel really confident about that is because I believe, and I've been told, um, not by anybody, but by the voices in my head, that I come from the future. And so I know everything turns out fine. And so I feel very optimistic about the future, excited about the future. And I don't pay any attention to any of the wars, the nonsense, whatever thing is going on. So I might seem a little clueless about that. I say yay. I don't want to know what the circus is up to. So that's my energetic update on that, because I know a lot of people are worried about this, about that. We're going to be a war. No, there's not going to be a nuclear war, just so you know. So, okay, let's see. What is this? Terzepatide. I've had nothing but positive results. Well, I'm glad to hear that. No fury, no fear, some mild digestive side effects. Thank you for your input. Is it okay if I check a few things for you, Christina? I won't do it unless you say so, but I'm curious because sometimes people are unaware of the amount of fear or fury that is in their field because they're not fully present in their body. Maybe you can function being only in your body 2 or 3%, but you will be completely unaware of what's going on in here. So if I could get your permission, I'd love to take a peek at some of that, if that's okay with you. But I won't do it unless you say so. Okay, let's see what else. I have to clean my glasses. Filthy. Okay, Gwen. I feel our bodies store our karma, work, trauma as an intelligence. So what happens to that energy if forced to alter through these shots? Probably that's the disease. Yes. Good question. I'd have to think about that one. What happens to that energy if forced to alter? Well, yeah, the energy is going to become the effect of whatever that influence is. So if you now have a bunch of curses in your field because of introducing these things, then yeah, that could show up in a lot of different ways. I guess each person is going to be different. Sorry, I don't have an answer for that, Gwen. I recommend you try it. My body and life has gotten 100% better. The Metatron. Sandy, I'm not sure. I'm always so appreciative of your recommending. So are you talking about trying Guarana, trying the book, trying the luminary activation, or all of the above? Okay, Brooke, since I was little, I have this horrible phobia of loud popping noises like fireworks, balloons, and guns. I don't understand where it came from and can't get past the anxiety it gives me. Um, it's related to, there's a bunch of past lives that this is related to. About 20, about 20 of these lifetimes. It looks like some of these were wars. About 15 of those were wars. So that's a lot of not only anxiety about the sound, but a lot of trauma that went along with it. Likely you saw people die, you saw a lot of destruction. And so those can be cleared, Brooke. So yeah, that might be a good reason to get together for a session. Shelley, I felt very foggy brained lately. I wondered if it was the result of these powerful solstice energies you mentioned and or other deep release work I have been doing. In your case, there have been a lot of intense energies lately, but in your case, this foggy brain is from your root chakra cords, about 50 of those AI cords. And when things are at the root too, you think that in order for the brain to be affected, you have to have things at the head, but that's not necessarily the case, because the root chakra sets the tone for everything above it, and especially our physiology, because it's the closest to the skin. So that could definitely affect your whole physiology. Michelle, Christina, yes, love it. Luminary activation, Sandy's recommending. Yes, great. The symbol on your Metatron, it's the Metatron cube. Okay, great. That's what that is. The Metatron cube. Yes, these are very powerful. They, yeah, sometimes if I have a big session, I'll put one in each hand, grounding. So that's that. Okay, Laura, great to have you here, Laura. I've been doing your grounding meditation, but I can't sense blockages or even the energy moving. Yeah, it's yes, because you're still ungrounded, and so I would really recommend you joining us on Thursday, Laura, so that you can feel what it feels like to actually be grounded, because that's like the first thing that I make sure happens. Everyone gets grounded, because you have some interference at your sixth chakra. Yeah, maybe that's why you're missing it, because there's a belief in your sixth chakra, second layer, has a lot of fear in it. Huh, interesting. It's a fear thing. That seems pretty odd and random. Like I would think you would want to be grounded for that. So sometimes things don't make sense to me, but I'm just the messenger. So at any rate, Laura, if you join us on Thursday, you can finally get grounded, because I know you've shown up here a few times and still have been struggling with that getting grounded part. So I would join us, and then you will finally get grounded. Francisco, good to have you here. It's been a while. Can you please check if the troubles I have had with my sleep have to do with bad energy from other people? Check his stomach. I haven't felt very well recently. Well, we're not doing a big reading here, Francisco, but your sleep. So you can create an avatar for your sleep. So in the last, I think, last chapter of my book, maybe it's the last two chapters, but it talks about how to use avatars. And so I often will use an avatar to represent our sleep space, our when we go to dream at night. And so that avatar doesn't have a grounding cord. Mm, you don't have any people cords in your energy field right now. So there's more, excuse me, there's more going on with your dream space than other people affecting you. It doesn't feel like it's a safe place to go at night, to go to sleep. There's a lot of fear in that root chakra of this avatar. There's a lot of AI cords here. 25 of those AI cords in the root chakra of this avatar. That's not going to allow you to feel like this is a safe place to go. So you can take all those cords out so that the space can then get grounded so that you will start to feel safe. And then what you do is once it's grounded, you run the whole process of running your energy through the avatar, making sure it's grounded. Does it have good earth? Worry circle. Is the heart grounded? How many rings does it have? So that's how we go through the making sure you have a good night's rest. And yes, your stomach is compromised. It's only operating at about 15%. Root chakra, those are AI cords that are affecting your stomach. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, there's 50 of those AI cords at your root chakra. That's what's affecting your stomach. So, might be time for another session, Francisco. It's been a while. Right, let's see, Brooke. I'm gonna skip because oh wait, there's not that many going on. Okay, I will definitely do a session when I have some extra money. This feels like it ruins a lot of times and memories I could make with family and friends because it's really crippling. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Um, even just walking down the street, a car backfires and you come out of your skin. So yeah. There is, you might want to, at the bottom of my website, there is some podcast bundles. There's one there, so this would be a great way to help you. So there's the Money Matrix bundle that has a bunch of activations in there that are designed to raise your money frequency, Brooke. So that might be a good thing for you to check in with and raise your money vibes. Yeah, they are low at 250. So um, I'll give you a clue who's in your money pile so you can start raising that. Your mom. Do you have a sister? Looks like maybe a sister is in there. A boss and AI because they, with all monies being going digital, they've got their energy in the QFS, quantum financial system. Okay, let's see. Been feeling blocked lately. Could this be curses and spells? Well, the first thing would be getting a grounding cord. So you don't have a grounding cord. When you don't have a grounding cord, then that's the biggest block. There's nowhere for anything to go. So get your plumbing pipe on so you can flush the toilet. All right. Okay. Laura, I couldn't hear what you said. A video froze. Okay, my apologies. Fear of what? Let's see. Let me see what your original question was. Okay, so you're not grounded. That's right. Fear of oh, I think I said it was fear of dying. That's right. It doesn't Yeah, that's one of the fears that you have that is affecting your grounding. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And if you can't make it live, you can always, sign up and listen to the recording, which is 95% as effective. You're welcome, Francisco. Um, okay, Christina's giving me permission to take a look. Okay, so we were going to go back here and look at, so she's taking the terzepatide. So what I wanted to look at, because she says, I'm not afraid. I have no fear. I'm not angry. Um, yeah, so you're only in your body 3% and you have no grounding cord. So the way that you cope with all the uncomfortable energies that are in your field, because there is no grounding cord, there's 100% fear and fury is at 95%. So you're unaware of these energies. The way that you cope with it is by kind of leaving your body, kind of pretty much. You can still be connected through energetic thread and only occupy your body 3%. But what happens when that's the case is they become unaware of what's going on. So uh, fury creates inflammation in the body. So when you start having inflammation in the body and you're unaware of it, your body might not let you know there's a problem until it's chronic, until you have some sort of chronic inflammation. Maybe, then again, maybe you start to get rashes or I don't know, some other kind of inflammation that your body will start knocking louder and louder and louder until you start paying attention. So, just some side note there. And curses. Yeah, so you do have 100 of these curses at your root chakra. So I don't know how long you've been on this medication, um, but note to self that these side effects will present themselves in time. So just a heads up. And thank you for letting me look. I was curious myself. All right, let's see. A brother into is my money vibe fairly high? I've been feeling fortunate lately. Tanya. Yes, it is at infinity for a change. And uh aligned in every chakra and flowing through your circle of reciprocity. So just know that you said you've been feeling pretty fortunate. I thought for some reason, I thought you said lucky. And so luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Probably the same thing with fortunate. Um, fear of being grounded. No, it was fear of dying, actually. I think that's what I said. All right. So curses and spells. Do you have curses and spells in love with me? Spells. You do have curses, about 50 in your root chakra. These are designed to keep some fury in place. And I think okay, so yeah, you're not grounded. So without the grounding cord and all of this fury, that doesn't feel comfortable in the body. So just like the other gal, kind of leave your body. You're only in your body 3% as well. So you can function, but you might notice That because sometimes I've noted, like if I'm maybe I'll be sitting in the car and I'm just kind of spacing out, and you feel like you're looking at the world through a little clamshell, you know. I feel, and then when I check in with myself, I noticed I'm only in my body 3%. And so that's me spacing out. And then it's like, come back in. And then I feel grounded, present, clear. So you just, if you ever feel that, do you ever feel a little spacey, a little, like you're kind of always walking on clouds? Maybe you injure yourself a lot or lose your keys because you're not quite at home. So this next luminary activation, 12 days, that's kind of the whole point of this, is really how do we become fully in our power, 100% in our bodies, completely grounded. This is, in my opinion, what the evolution of man is, what we're doing as evolutionary beings. We are learning how to embody as much of the light codes, light frequencies, holding as much cellular light in our bodies as possible. The more light we have means the more information we have. So we're learning how to hold as much light in our bodies as possible so that we know how to function in our bodies, how uh, when all the cells have enough information, they know what to do. They know how to interact with other body parts, and everything flows smoothly. That's what this whole vibrant longevity is all about. How do we embody as much light as possible so that we can be fully present in our power, in our presence, in our confidence, and so that we can live much longer in a much healthier fashion for as long as possible, naturally, because our body knows what to do and how to function. So that's basically the gist of what I believe we're all doing here. Let's see what else. Christina's always been against pharmaceuticals, but felt safe using this. Very interesting that I'm not in my body very often. So when I'm doing grounding meditations, it's not really happening. That's apparently correct. Yes. So one thing that happens to a lot of people when they meditate is they think it's time to now really leave their body. Like they just go off on the clouds, and they feel great because they're so disconnected from everything that's going on here. But that's not what my meditation is designed to do. My meditation is designed to, one, make sure that you're grounded. Like I'm checking to make sure that everybody has an effective grounding cord, not a skinny little string, but like a big pipe, so you can release all the stuff we're going to release over that hour long luminary activation. So that's a number one, is making sure that you've got that really good grounding. And so then when we have good grounding, then we can start releasing all the things that are kicking us out of our bodies, the fear, the anger, the energies that are causing that. These AI programs, these cords, spells, curses, all the stuff that's causing us to not be present. So unless we're really fully present, and it's hard for us to know which direction to go, how far, how fast, make confident decisions. Being really present is so important. Always losing our keys. All right, well, there you go. If you get injured a lot, that's another sign that you're not in your body, because you have no reference of how you're moving through time and space. And so you can really get hurt that way. Katie decided being on a healing journey this year, have had more health issues along with life issues. Seems damage control is all I do. Well, number one is, yeah, Katie, you don't have grounding. So all the other stuff almost becomes irrelevant because you yeah, maybe you've got karma, maybe you've got curses, maybe you've got cords, maybe you've got all kinds of things. But if you don't have a grounding cord, it's all just going to stay there. It's just going to sit. There's nowhere for it to go. So my suggestion is to join us on Thursday for the luminary activation. Let's get grounded, people. Let's get back in our bodies so you can start feeling the fullness of your power. So you can start being sovereign. So you can start making wise decisions and choices because you know exactly what your body needs and what and how to take care of it. So that's what we're going to be doing on Thursday. All right. We are at the top of the hour. I so appreciate all of you that have come here to join me live and all of your valuable questions because these are often the same kinds of things that other people are wondering about. So I might show up on Wednesday. This might be a double hitter this week. All right. Sending so much love, friends. And thank you again. We'll see you next time. And until we meet again, keep asking my favorite question. How? How does it get any better than this? And then stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. All right. Keep wondering how it gets better. Blessings. You're welcome.